If you spend any time on social media or even just browsing the web in general, then odds are pretty good that you've encountered one of these things called an internet meme. But have you ever wondered how these strange pictures with funny captions became such a huge part of our culture? Well, today we're gonna find out because this is the secret history of the internet meme. Now, there's a lot of different ways to define what an internet meme actually is. So for the purposes of this video, let's go with this: an image macro or picture. Macro is a type of meme that features a humorous or satirical caption overlaid onto a photograph, often featuring a well-known person or character. By that definition, one of the earliest examples of an image macro was the dancing baby, which originated in 1996 on Slacker.com, an online discussion group where people would share funny images and comic strips. One day, a user named Jim Durkinder posted a screenshot of a 3D rendered baby dancing to the tune of the Macarena. And while it wasn't necessarily the first example of a funny image circulating the internet, it is considered to be the first example of what we today would call an internet meme, a piece of media that spread rapidly among users who related to its humor. But it wasn't until the early 2000s that image macros would start to really take off, thanks to the introduction of a little website called Something Awful. It was a humor website created by internet veteran Rich Kianka after he left the popular website. Something Positive, which itself was a spin-off of the 4chan message board. Basically, it was a bit of a toxic community that had some very smart and creative people in it who were just looking for somewhere else to post their weird jokes. In the beginning, Something Awful was primarily a place to discuss video games, but it eventually expanded to include other topics as well, like internet culture. In fact, the site hosted one of the earliest known image macro contests in September of 2003, encouraging users to upload their own image macros for a chance to win a prize. And while many of the submissions were crude, offensive, or otherwise terrible by today's standards, they nonetheless showcased the potential of this new form of online humor. But it was soon after that something incredible happened. A few months later, two members of the Something Awful forums by the names of Mike and Zach decided to take things into their own hands. They set up a simple website featuring the best image macros from the forums, allowing users to easily share them via email. This site didn't have any flashy graphics or animations. It was just a basic HTML page displaying the memes and a link to download them. But this was enough to spark the interest of several large tech websites, including Wired, which featured the site in an article about the rise of image macros. And suddenly, overnight, lolcats went from being a niche hobby enjoyed only by the users of Something Awful to a bona fide internet sensation. The exposure brought tens of thousands of new users to the site, overwhelming its servers and making it difficult to access. This caused Zach to make a bold move, purchasing the domain name KnowYourMeme.com and hiring a team of moderators to help keep the site running smoothly. But it was around this time that the term meme started to become more widely associated with these kinds of humorous images. Prior to this, the word meme was used in academic circles to describe an idea, behavior, or style that spreads from one person to another through imitation. But in the context of the internet, memes took on a whole new meaning. No longer was the word exclusive to academics and experts. Now anyone could use it. And so Know Your Meme quickly became the go-to resource for all things internet meme. Users could browse the latest and greatest memes, learn about their history, and even suggest new ones. It was the perfect platform for these sorts of silly images, and the site exploded in popularity, gaining hundreds of thousands of page views per month. However, as time went on, the quality of memes began to decline. Many of them became repetitive or unfunny, lacking the creativity and originality that had made them so popular in the first place. And this led to a sense of apathy among the most hardcore fans, causing them to stop visiting the site altogether. But if you thought that this meant the end of internet memes, then think again, because around this same time another website would come along called Reddit. While it started out as a simple message board, it quickly evolved into something much more. With its focus on community and user-generated content, Reddit provided the perfect environment for memes to thrive once again. Users could organize themselves into subreddits dedicated to all things memes, and each subreddit had its own set of rules and guidelines ensuring that the content remained high quality. It also helped that the internet was now home to a whole new generation of users who were even more tech-savvy than the last. These kids grew up surrounded by computers and the internet. They were no strangers to the vast amount of content available at their fingertips, and they were constantly looking for new and interesting ways to interact with it. Enter the era of reaction memes. Reaction memes are a type of meme that features a person or character reacting to a particular situation or event. They often feature exaggerated expressions and are used to convey a range of emotions from amusement to surprise to disdain. Some of the most famous reaction memes include distracted boyfriend, woman yelling at cat, and woman holding a sign. The beauty of reaction memes is that they can be used in virtually any context, making them incredibly versatile and adaptable. For example, the distracted boyfriend meme has been used to depict not only romantic infidelity, but also instances of workplace gossip and catfishing. Similarly, the woman yelling at cat meme has been adapted to express everything from frustration with technology to disagreements with political viewpoints. Part of the reason why reaction memes are so popular is that they tap into universal human experiences. We've all been distracted by something or someone who shouldn't be there. We've all experienced moments of intense frustration or annoyance. And we've all had to deal with people who just don't understand our perspective. By identifying with these scenarios, we're able to connect with the characters and the reactions they exhibit, which in turn makes the memes more relatable and memorable. Another reason for their popularity is the element of surprise. Reaction memes often feature unexpected twists or ironic situations that catch us off guard and make us stop and think. The humor in these memes comes from the subversion of expectations and the sudden realization that there is more to the image than meets the eye. Perhaps the most important factor contributing to the popularity of reaction memes is their ability to foster a sense of community among internet users. Sharing these memes is a way for people to bond over their shared experiences and to feel like they belong to something larger than themselves. It's no surprise then that reaction memes have become such a ubiquitous part of our online culture. From social media posts to text messages, these memes have permeated every aspect of our digital lives. And while some may argue that they've become too common or too predictable, it's hard to deny that they've also become an integral part of how we communicate online. But as we've seen, the popularity of memes is not a new phenomenon. Since the early days of the internet, people have been drawn to humorous and relatable content that allows them to express themselves in creative ways. What makes reaction memes particularly unique is their ability to capture both the mundane and extraordinary aspects of our everyday lives, allowing us to find humor in the most unexpected places. So the next time you see a meme that makes you laugh or shake your head in disapproval, take a moment to appreciate the rich history and cultural significance that these silly images have come to represent. Who knows? You might just learn something new about yourself and the world around you in the process. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to be notified of future content. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.